Hello. If you are the sales manager user in LuitBiz CRM sales, then you can make your sales forecasts right from here. To do so, click on Sales Forecast on the left-hand navigation menu and click on Add New Forecast. Select the company with which the forecast would be attached. Select the item of that particular company with which that particular forecast would be attached. Select the sales channel that you'll be forecasting for. Enter the name of the forecast. And then assign the team who would be actually involved in this particular forecast, and enter the number of steps that this particular forecast would have, that is how many steps it would actually take in this forecast to make a particular sale. For our demo purposes, let's say that this particular forecast will consist of 2 steps. Now these are all the fields in the green section, so these are all mandatory and you need to fill out. Now the forecast description is an optional field and you can leave it empty, or you can enter the details if you want. I'm leaving it empty, and let's move on to the third step, where I'll have to fill out the details of these 2 particular steps for this particular forecast. So I now move on to the third step, where it is asking me the details about the 2 steps that I mentioned. Suppose the first step is say approaching customers, and the number of days that a prospective customer needs to stay in this step. Say for 5 days you need to approach a particular customer, and the conversion rate in this particular step, suppose the conversion rate is 50. And what would be the sales? Of course, these are the optional fields out here, but if you require any sales tools for this particular step, you can actually select it out here. And if you feel that what would be the knowledge state of the prospective customer in this step, so that they can move on to the next step, if you know the details of it, or if you want your team members to know the details of it, you can enter it right here. And the stage of the prospective customer during this stage, you can select an option out here. You can say, we already have some options for you, can just select whatever is applicable for you. Then the next step, because we mentioned 2 steps, so suppose the next step is making the sale, and the number of days that it takes to make a sale. Suppose it takes 6 days to make a sale, and the conversion rate at this particular stage is say 23%. And if anything needs to be provided, any sales tools need to be provided to the customer during this stage, you can actually select that, what knowledge needs to be given to the customer for making a sale in this step. You can enter it out here, and then actually select the stage of the prospective customer during this stage, and you can submit this form. So once you do so, the forecast is added. So this is the forecast you have just added. You can click on the name of the forecast and view the details of the forecast that you have just added, and all the figures that you have entered, everything is now actually added for you out here. Now what you can do is you can set the pipeline goals for your forecast. Suppose you are setting the pipeline goals, you can select the year for which you are setting the pipeline goals and enter all these fields in this particular form. They are all mandatory. So suppose the annual goal revenue is this, and the number of new customers, suppose you want 100 new customers for this particular for making this particular sale. And then since while making the forecast you already assigned a team, so all your team members are appearing out here. Now this particular team has 5 members, and you can now assign their goals. So suppose out of this 5, I give each of them equal goals, and Suppose the number of new customers they need to add, suppose all of them need to, get me 20 customers. And I can submit the form. So now I can view the pipeline goals which I just set. I can the system has done a back calculation for me and tells me how many prospects I need to approach either quarterly or monthly so that I reach my goal. All the calculation has been done for me, so I can actually view that, and then I can view the sales rep goals. The sales rep goals are also calculated for me, and for the detailed goals everything has been, the back calculation has been done. So you didn't have to enter a lot of data, you just entered very few data and see how much calculation the system has done for you. You can view your goals, and as far as diagnosis is concerned, you can go to view pipeline leaks, and if you want to reduce pipeline leaks, you can say suppose you want to reduce the prospect leakage reduction by say 23% and you want to recycle prospects by say 34%. Then if you go to step 2, then the system is going to do a calculation and give you an idea of how you're going to achieve this target of yours. So it's going to give you the numbers out here. Now if I go back to list and go to diagnosis, I can actually post my ideas on how to reduce the pipeline leaks in both the steps, and once I post these ideas out here, it's going to be viewable for me in pipeline leak reduction ideas, and also my sales executives are going to be able to view the ideas that I post, and that's going to actually help them in reducing the pipeline leaks. So that's basically the sales forecasting in CRM Sales Manager. It's very easy, nothing much to do. First you need to just go and add the sales forecast and set your goals, and secondly you need to just set the pipeline goal once, and then once you do that, once you enter the figures, the system does all the calculations for you and calculates how many prospects need to be approached monthly and quarterly to meet your annual goal. So that's how easy it is. Thank you for watching.